All right, we're going this way then. Hi, everybody. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Janelle. How's everyone today? Sarah says, hi from Texas. I'm driving but listening. You can hear me. Thank you. I'm trying something new today with the countdown, and I screwed it up halfway. So if you saw it, lucky you. And good morning, John in Louisiana. Morning from Woodville, Texas. Is it still orientation this way?
You look mobile.
Okay, can you turn the speaker down out there because I can hear it through your... You look marvelous. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. So it's like the orientation for me is weird because it's on like mobile phone looking. So, I'm gone. Now I'm back. Hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please excuse my voice. The weather change every year always gets me a little... But let me first of all introduce myself. If you're new here, I'm Alane Paulley. I am the president of MagnaWave and Orwell, as well as Fi-Fi Wellness Club. And we are going to be answering questions today, talking about all things PEMF, health and wellness. I'm going to be answering your questions. And at the end of today's broadcast, I have some really cool surprises. So if you registered for today's broadcast, then you've been entered to win some prizes. I'm also going to give away the photo winner. We had some practitioners who submitted photos, so I have a winner of that. And then if you didn't register, it's still okay by asking questions and involving yourself in today's broadcast. You are entered to win something. So yay. So good morning, Melissa. Hello, Victoria in Arizona. Hi, Hazel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Hi, Kristen. So let's talk a little bit about MagnaCon because it's coming up. It's in June of 2026, the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of 2026. Not only is this the 20th year of MagnaWave, but it's the 10th MagnaCon. So we're really excited about celebrating those two things. We have new product launches at MagnaCon this year. There are the option for virtual or in-person attendance. And we are doing a lot of special stuff this year. So one of the things that's changed from years in the past is it is a full day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So registration starts at 8 a.m. that Wednesday. And we will start talking and presenting at 10 a.m. So just so everybody knows, that is a full day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have so much content and so many things to share with you all since the last time we did MagnaCon that it is imperative that we have all 3 days. Also, something interesting that we're doing for MagnaCon this year, or the 2026 year, is we are offering a VIP experience. So a lot of times in the past, people would be like, I want to go to MagnaWave, or I want to check out Wi-Fi. I want to have time to speak to the speakers more. So the VIP experience is going to give you special access during the event to a special area. There'll also be a special breakfast in the mornings and a number of other things. But the VIPs will also stay for Saturday. So that will be an extra day for you on Saturday. And you will have a choose your own adventure type experience for those VIPs where you will be able to do one trajectory for, business owners who want to go, in this direction. And then one trajectory for business owners who want to go this direction. So the VIP really is a business owner type of situation. I'm going to put the QR code up for this. And I think it might give you a hint on one of the directions that this is going to go. So there it is. I don't know. Maybe it gives you a hint on what the direction is for the VIP event. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're not catching my drift. But the VIP event you will get special access during MagnaCon. You have your special area, special breakfast. But the main sugar coating on top of this beautiful treat is what's going to happen Saturday. And it'll be a choose your own adventure. Now, I want to tell you something. This is not going to be an extremely inexpensive opportunity. This is going to be something where you are going to get value out of this. You are also going to be the first on the list because we are launching what we've been talking about with this company below here for a very long time at MagnaCon. So if you are interested in owning a wellness club or starting a wellness club or going in that direction, this is really going to be the way that I am going to start the process of taking the last 4 years of knowledge of all of the mistakes and the lost money and the things that I screwed up on when opening my wellness club. I have turned that into a way to educate you guys on not doing those things. So it's going to start with this. So if you would like to come, we also have a new career path that we're working on for just MagnaWave practitioners who work with animals. So that will be involved in this as well. So if you are interested in growing your business in a totally different trajectory with this, or maybe not a different trajectory, but a larger capacity, you don't want to make all the mistakes. And I'm talking, I made thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. You guys, like I messed up in marketing, and I'm saying this with the most love in my heart, that anyone who has ever been a business owner, who has ever knows that failure is the way to success. I have failed my way up for the last 15 years. And I don't get frustrated by screwing up because I just realized that I learned something and I move on. You cannot be polarized by not being where you want to be when you want to be there. You have to move forward. Well, I have taken the last 4 years to make my wellness club as successful as possible, but also figured out staffing, training the staff. Where do I make my most money, and how can I market those products? What am I doing for marketing that doesn't, I acted as though I was alone in this a lot, where I was a small business owner, because obviously if I have all the resources of MagnaWave in the marketing department and all that, it's a lot easier for me to do anything. But if I'm a single entrepreneur opening up a wellness club, which is how I treated this, like I really did go at this and say, how can I do this with the team that I have there instead of using all these resources? And that's where I literally learned how you could do this, right? And make it as affordable as possible. Because everybody doesn't have the budget and the ability to do this and make these mistakes and keep their business open. Actually, no one does. Majority of people do not have the ability to make the mistakes. I went into this as I'm going to make the mistakes because the payoff is going to be for everybody else in the end. I really want to make, my mission has always been, and the mission of MagnaWave family of brands has always been to make PEMF more accessible. So what does that mean? When I started working with my dad, the only machine that you could get was $20,000. That's not accessible, right? So yeah, our machines, a very sturdy price point for people, but yeah, you're getting what you pay for. So my first goal was to get MagnaWave, a line of machines that were accessible and easy for people to use, and a good education program. But how do we bring this to the day-to-day people and make it affordable for our practitioners to open a facility that spreads this love of, hey, there's something else out there. There's actually lots of things out there that work. There are lots of modalities in the frequency therapy world, in mainstream medicine, that actually work together, that can be very approachable for the everyday person. And you can actually show value in those things, get people in the door, and build lifetime customers, and do it while doing something that you love. And that for me, that's what's the most rewarding thing. It's not like I opened a restaurant, because anybody who's in this business knows that everybody knows what a restaurant is when they walk in the door. They know the process, right? Like, I'm going to go to the hostess, I'm going to get seated, da 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 da. What is the process of entering your wellness club? Do they know what it is? Are you letting them order off a menu like it's Taco Bell? Or are you showing them, how are you guiding your customer through? These are questions that, how are they booking online? How are they paying? Are you doing subscriptions or are you doing packages? All of these things matter. And trust me, I've done all of it, and I screwed it all up, and I figured it out. So, and I did it in a city that is a very main, like everyday America type of place here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I think that with what I've learned, I think anybody who has the grit, the determination, and the passion for this could do this. You could do this. And that's what this VIP experience is going to be about. Now, I want to be very clear. At MagnaCon, if you do not do this VIP, don't worry. At MagnaCon, Wi-Fi will be there all 3 days. We will have tons of information there. We will have tons of opportunity for you to not only network with me, but also the director of Wi-Fi currently, as well as his team. You will get to see what we do. We'll have a whole Wi-Fi setup. You will see all of the modalities. A lot of those modalities that I use will be presenting there with their technology. So that will be there. So you are not going to feel like you're not getting Wi-Fi information. You don't only do this. If you are serious about actually working with me and opening a location, and it doesn't, like, you can name it you want. Let's say you already have a location and you're struggling or you want to grow it, then you could do this. But if you're serious about building a wellness club or something like it, this is the VIP is, and I mean serious that you're ready to put skin in the game and invest in it and get started. That's what the Wi-Fi VIP moment is. But don't worry, MagnaWave, and I'll talk more about this over the coming months, guys. I'm going to talk about this VIP thing and what you get. But the MagnaWave side of this, if you are an animal practitioner, you can fill this form out because we have a really great experience for you too. That is unlike anything we've ever done before. And you probably say, why does it have to cost extra? Why is it this way? And I'm going to tell you why. Because the value is there. The time that we're going to spend with you is more. What we're going to give you is more valuable. And what you're going to be able to take out of it is something that is for the people who are serious about growing their business and moving forward. So let me see if there's any questions. Let me go down here. Okay, here's a good one. All right. Hotel booked, flight booked, cannot wait. Jessica, MagnaCon is a must. Yes, it is. Please come to MagnaCon. Let me put the tickets up for MagnaCon first. Let's just throw that up there. So this is if you just want to come to MagnaCon. Right here, you can also just go to magnacon.com, guys. Magnacon.com. I will put the link to this. This VIP interest will also go on magnacon.com today. So you'll be able to fill this form out. Right now, it's just a QR code, but we'll post a link to it here shortly. So if you want to come to MagnaCon, 3 full days, you guys, we have some of the best speakers in the world. A question that was just asked was, it says from AIMI Girl 824, would love to hear, and maybe this is a side question, on any clinical studies done for using MagnaWave for healing non-union fractures. So let's just talk about research. The amount of research that we are going to share at MagnaCon is staggering that we have done, like staggering. Currently, right now, we have an ongoing study that we are going to start signing people up for, and I want you to keep people in mind. We are going to start signing them up next month. We are looking for 30 to 50 people who have never used PMF. So these could be your friends, your family, who are in between the ages of 35 and 55, who would take part in a mitochondrial study with us. They will get a machine sent to them. They will have to prick their finger and do blood draws 3 times, and we will walk them through that process. I will have more on that next month, but that study is the first of its kind, checking healthy humans, so otherwise healthy, meaning they don't have any ongoing diseases. We are looking for otherwise healthy people between the ages of 35 and 55 to be into a controlled clinical study for us, showing that we can improve mitochondrial function for everyone. Every mitochondrial study that's been done with PMF has always been done on sick individuals. I can't find one on, well, I know that there isn't any out there because I had an entire research team look for one. And so we are going to do it. We are going to do that study with an internal review board under controlled in a controlled situation. And then we are going, I believe that this study, the outcome will show that PMF does improve the mitochondrial function of even healthy individuals. So I'm really excited about this because it's kind of groundbreaking. But that's not the only one, guys. We've got studies on animals, studies on cows, studies on horses, studies on turkeys. We've got studies on humans. So the amount of information that is going to be at MagnaCon for anybody interested in PMF is going to be the largest research dump of information and the largest conversation around alternative modalities and how they can work together ever. And I'm serious. This is the biggest PMF conference in the world for a reason. We are going in. We have research that we're doing at nursing homes. We have research that we're doing. I mean, this is amazing stuff, guys. So you want to come to MagnaCon, and this is how you get your tickets. Yay. But non-union fractures, let me talk to you about that. So PMF that's like the largest study done with PMF. And the studies that have been done with PMF have been done at frequencies that all of our machines operate at. So have I recreated those studies? No, I'm not going to, because they've already been done. Our machines put out the same frequencies. There's no reason for me to be doing another study. Studies cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to do. So yeah, I'm not going to recreate it, but it does. Our machines fall within the ranges of probably hundreds of those studies. So kings. Kristen, I don't know what that means, kings. Did I say the word kings? It says the form is no longer accepting submissions. What? Really? That's not good. Hey, Heather, can you scan that QR code? I didn't. That's weird.
New link. I got Sarah to post it. Stephanie created it.
What?
A new link for submissions. It is working.
Did you put it in there?
Sarah got it put in, yes. Okay.
Okay. They said they fixed it. Let me know if it doesn't. I have my MagnaCon and my PMFCon tickets. Oh, I should have put PMFCon tickets up here. Oh, hold on. Let me do that. So I'm speaking at PMFCon this year. This is my first year speaking at PMFCon. Guys, I got so much stuff to share with you. Let me put the tickets up. I'm going to put the tickets here. Well, if I could find them. It's virtual only. I love Lauren and Dr. Jerry. They are amazing. Shoot. They are amazing. And if you have not gone to PMFCon, you should. Like, you really, really should. It's virtual only, so like there's no reason not to do it. And it's easy and you're going to learn a ton. And there's lots of different speakers. I'm going to say I don't agree with all of them all the time. But that's the fun thing about like PMF and AOPP and all of that, because what's interesting about it is that you can have differing opinions on how things should be and what you believe in, and everyone can talk about those things, because I don't expect everybody to agree with me, even though I have a ton of like research that backs up what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying it doesn't matter. You know, everybody can have their own opinions. And I think it's very important that, okay, great. I've got this link now. I'm going to put it up. It's very important that we have these open discussions to keep the industry I don't know, fair, accountable. Accountable is a good one. That's my opinion. So I don't know. Has anybody ever been to PMFCon? Do you love it? Okay, I got the ticket link. Got it. Oh, you have to register with a Zoom account. All right, I'm putting these in right now into the system. So you will be able to buy tickets by the end of today's broadcast, which, as I can tell right now, is going to go longer than 1 hour. All right. Okay, let me take this down real quick. Let me put one back up. Give me 1 second. Hey, Heather, can you have Sarah send me this supposed link, because it's not correct? I'll fix it. The link that Sarah's not correct. I need whatever Sarah says she's got, whatever form. I don't know. We'll fix it. Don't worry. We'll fix it by the end of the broadcast, guys. Wonder why it's saying that. Hey, let's do it together. Let me scan it. Why is technology like this? Like, I can't be the only one. I'm going to submit myself for my own event and see what happens. It should work. It worked for me. So maybe too many people were doing it at the same time. So let's just, everybody try one more time. Rescan the QR code. Try one more time. Okay, looks like you guys got it. Biggest bang for your buck. I cannot wait for MagnaCon. Da, 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 da. Ooh, Jessica, how often would you MagnaWave a dog with heart failure? First of all, if you're working with a dog with heart failure, you really need to be working under the umbrella of a veterinarian. Okay, like that veterinarian needs to know, because heart failure is death at the other side of that. And when people love their animals and you are giving them any type of hope and then that hope doesn't work out, they're mad. They could get very upset. So I wouldn't work on a dog with heart failure unless I was working very closely with the veterinarian who was monitoring their condition. Now, that being said, I've done it. And I've done it under the control of a veterinarian, and we were able to work with that dog. With that veterinarian was able to help that dog, and that dog lived like several weeks, if not months, longer than it would have. But I would not do that as a lay person without working with a veterinarian who is the one taking responsibility for the health care of that dog. That is not a condition that anybody needs to be telling anyone how to use anything. That makes sense. Misty says, just left a barn of show calves. I love this. Just left a barn of show calves, headed to a horse barn, spreading the MagnaWave love. I love it. Good job, Misty. Oh, yeah, PMF Con. So I'm putting that up too. Hopefully that link will work. I think the problem with that is there was too many people filling out at the same time. And then, so we're going to get tickets to PMF Con. You're going to hear me speak. I haven't quite decided. I have two really good topics that I want to talk about. So we are going to I'm going to go over those with Lauren Fager and Dr. Jerry and see which one they think fits the best with the vibe that they're trying to create for MagnaCon, and we will go from there. I mean, for PMF Con, because it's very, 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 very important that we are all on the same page as an industry, not just as a company, but as an industry. We have to regulate ourselves. And that's why I love AOPP and what Lauren and Jerry are doing. If you are not a member of AOPP, if you've not checked out AOPP, please check out pmfprofessionals.com. They are amazing. Let me see if I have it here. No, not yet. Okay. Let's see. Just sent a support email to make sure I purchased a ticket, didn't receive a confirmation email. Jessica Marie Woolsey, we will check that. I went to PMF Con last year. It was very interesting and informative. I have been adding in software with MagnaWave, and it's amazing the results I'm getting. Love that. Kristen, tell me more. Please tell me more. What software are you doing? You want to talk about it at MagnaCon? I want to hear all the things. Well, that's a great idea, actually, that I just had, and I don't have a form to share it with, but how about this? If you have an idea of something that you want to share at MagnaCon, or something amazing like a testimonial, or maybe you're working with a veterinarian or a doctor, email education@magnawavepemf.com. So if you have any type of idea that you think we should have at MagnaCon, please share it with me right now, because now is the time. Email. We will give you credit. Okay? Education at MagnaWavePemf.com. Education at MagnaWavePemf.com if you have ideas for MagnaCon. Technology is hard on Friday, Stacy. Thank you for understanding. If someone doesn't attend MagnaCon in person, education at MagnaWavePemf.com if you have an idea for MagnaCon. And then if someone doesn't attend MagnaCon in person or virtually, will there be another way to fulfill our CEC credits to stay certified? Yes. Yes. But it's going to cost less than a ticket to MagnaCon, but you're not going to be entered to win the machines. So we give away about $150,000 worth of products for virtual attendees. So if I were you and I wanted to come to MagnaCon, I wanted to get my CEs, there is no reason to not buy the virtual ticket, because not only are you getting your CEs, you can watch all the classes. You'll have to take a quiz later. You'll watch all the classes, take the quiz, you get your CE, but you're entered to win one of the $150,000 worth of things. And with the recertification, you're just going to pay a couple $100 and not get to win anything. So I'm a prizes type of person. I don't know if you noticed that, but I definitely would want to win something. So, and then you have access to it for like 6 weeks afterwards, where you can watch all the videos. You don't have to watch it that day. You could be in Timbuktu, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. You could watch everything. You could still win the prizes. And then you could watch everything when you got back from Timbuktu. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. Did I mention we have some new product launches at MagnaCon? It's going to be great. Okay, here's a good one. I have a friend asking if there is any info of PMF benefits information for a canine with insulinoma, neural doctrine cancer of the pancreas. She is working with a vet, but trying to research. Teresa, I am assuming you're a practitioner. You need to take this and submit it to Vet Talk. So in the certified practitioners page, we can give this actual information to one of our veterinarians on our board and give you a lot more research. I don't know of any studies that are on that particular type of pancreatic cancer, but I know that there's been several equine studies with PMF. So, but a good veterinarian, that's one of our veterinarians that's on our board that understands small animals and is researched in PMF, could probably guide that other veterinarian on their recommendations. What is the best way to start online bookings? Holly, questions for you. Are you mobile? Number one. Are you a physical location? Do you travel if you're mobile? And if you have a physical location, do you have anyone else running the business when you're not there? Like somebody else who's available? Do you have set hours? So like it is totally different if you're setting up a virtual booking system that is for you when you travel. If you travel to Barnes, that is a totally different system than somebody who is booking at a wellness club or a location, a physical location. Because what I learned really quickly when I started Wi-Fi is that not only do I have to have an employee booked for that service, but you have to have a resource, which is, let's say the machine is a resource, an employee. When somebody books online, you have to have both of those things taken out of the system. And then when the employee gets that person started on the resource, so let's say they sit down on an Aura machine for 30 minutes, that employee is really only busy with them for like the first 10 minutes and the last 5 minutes, because they'll let them sit and relax. So they could essentially, that employee could put somebody else down at a different chair, at a different PMF machine. But if you don't build your system correctly, when somebody goes online to book, it looks like that employee is booked up and maybe they're not, because they're just sitting there half the time because they're putting people on machines, but nobody's allowed to book for other equipment when that employee is booked out. I know that was not the best way to say that, but this is something that I learned the hard way when I talk about my 4-year journey with Wi-Fi and the best way to set up the system. And I have a literal plug and play problem solving to this for everyone who wants to join me in this journey. And that's part of that Wi-Fi VIP experience, is talking about that and how you can, the MagnaCon VIP experience. I'm going to go through a little bit of that, but you'll have the opportunity to get all of it. So how do you do a booking system with multiple employees, multiple resources, and optimize your time? And that's not something that most people think about. They think, I'm going to open the door, I'm going to turn it on, people are going to come. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. If you can't get systems, and this is really important for you MagnaWave practitioners who are out there right now, and you say to me, my business isn't growing, I'm struggling to retain clients. If you're thinking about dropping your prices because you think that that's going to attract people, if you do not have an online booking system, and they can only book with you by email, phone call, or text, you are never going to grow your business. And if you do grow it, you're going to make it so much harder on yourself, and you're never going to grow past a certain point. But is there a plug and play way that I can tell you over this office hours how to set that system up? No. That is, first of all, a lot of things go into setting that up because it needs to be customized to you, your company, and how you want to accept invites, and who is your customer and how do they book? Are they booking online? Are these people not very savvy with QR codes? Like, what are we talking about here? So all of that can be done. I would encourage you to come to MagnaCon because that's what we're going to talk about at MagnaCon. And then I encourage you to, at MagnaCon, we are going to have a ton of resources for you to sign up. You don't have to come. You could just do it virtually. But we are going to have ways for you to learn how to set these things up without having to learn the hard way, which is what most business owners have to do. They have to fail at it. They have to they buy a system, they set it up, they realize it doesn't work for their customer, or they buy a system, set it up, and they realize it doesn't work for them and how their resources work. Like, we could save you, what would be the value if I could save you 8 months of mistakes in your business? What is that value to you? What if I saved you the first 3 years of problems? That is what I'm asking. If you are a person who wants to do that, you are ready to take that next step, and you understand the value in what I'm trying to explain to you is, how can I keep you from losing the time, money, and energy that we lost setting up Wi-Fi? If I could give that to you, and I'll tell you right now, if somebody would have told me that this was something I could have bought and learned 4 years ago, I would have given $100,000 for that. I would have gone on a payment plan and put my house up. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I say that, I'm saying, I really don't think that you don't realize the value in that information and how to market and grow your business is until you're trying to market and grow your business by yourself, because it's exhausting. Okay. Brittany says, being dual certified can help you stand out. MagnaWave and AOP certified here. Good job, Brittany. You're doing it right. Holly, I hope I answered your question. Julia says, hi from Swanton, Ohio. A little late, just came in from barn chores. Love the MagnaWave for my alpacas. Love that. My dog has a slight ALC tear. I use MagnaWave now 1 time per week and laser, but looking at purchasing a semi-tin so I can use long-term and more often. Would this be okay to use every day? Victoria, 100%. You need to be working. You need to be doing a session every single day. Okay. Every single day. And then what I would recommend is that you move to, once you get that machine, move to twice a week for your dog for the rest of its life. Once that gets better. My dog did the same thing, the same ALC tear. They said that we would eventually have to have some sort of surgery. I did every single day for 30 days, went back, and the vet could not find the tear anymore. He thought it was a misdiagnosis. So yes, every day. And the thing about the semi-tin that I love is it's digital, doesn't require any maintenance, and it's, our machines come with a 10-year warranty, you guys. It's amazing. Most companies right now are charging for, most businesses are all on the subscription model, which some things you have to be, especially with software, when you're paying for servers and all of the things. But when it comes to MagnaWave, I love the fact that when there's no consumables. As a Wi-Fi business owner, speaking as somebody who owns a wellness club, who works with animals and people, not having to pay for consumables, meaning like let's say you are doing something in the e-stem world and you have to buy the gel that goes on the skin, or you have to, if you do IVs, you have to buy all the IV stuff. Once it's used, it's gone. It's very expensive. You're at the mercy of the consumable supplier. That's how those companies that sell those type of equipment and those type of services make money. But with MagnaWave, you can very easily, in anywhere from 3 to 12 months, depending on how much you work, get that machine paid for. And then you have 9 years of profit. That's unheard of. 9 years of profit. So you are going to, if you invest in a MagnaWave, you are going to pay for it in the first year. And that's if you barely do sessions. That's if you do like 10 or 15 sessions a week. And that's easy to do. If you're doing like 40 hours a week or 20 hours a week of work, you're going to pay off way faster. And then from there, everything is profit. And a lot of times what I found is people who are in this business, who are in MagnaWave or working with animals, they're doing it for the love of the animals. And that's amazing. That's how I got started too. But what I realized very quickly is you have to also look at the dollars and cents and where you're spending your time and how you can better go after the clients you want. Like, this is a major discussion in business that a lot of people don't want to have or don't have. They just look at their bank account and they just take texts and they think there's money in the bank account. People are booking with me and my business is good. And that's all well and good if that's how you want to run your business. But if you want to quit that other job or actually make more money or grow, you've got to come to things like MagnaCon and invest in yourself. You have to. You have to learn from what we've already learned. My cat tore his ACL and our vet told me immediately start MagnaWaving while we waited for a surgery. I MagnaWaved 4 times since the surgery. The checkup went great. I would be doing it every day. Will MagnaWave EU be at MagnaCon this year? Their research for parasympathetic regulation in horses last year was incredible. Yeah, I'm sure they will be. I am sure they will be. Yeah, and there's so much more research. Sierra, if you thought that was good, girl, the research we're doing is incredible. Is incredible. Who makes the hoof board? We do, Melissa. MagnaWave makes the hoof board. It's called the hoof plate is what we call it. And for anyone who's been with me for a while, the mat guard. So that is a the guard goes around the mag energy mat. The horse could stand directly on it, or a cow or a pig or a person could stand directly on it without damaging the copper underneath. We manufacture that here because we had to do a tremendous amount of testing to make sure that the copper wouldn't get damaged underneath. And I just don't trust anybody else to do it. So yeah, it's called the hoof plate or the MagnaWave Mag Energy Mat Guard. Are you going to offer the buy one, get one free for virtual tickets like you did for the last MagnaCon? I did that at the last minute last year for virtual attendees. I might do that again, where anybody, but what I would probably do is find a way for it to like, I'll probably, maybe not, I don't know, because I haven't done it yet and I probably should have already done it. So most likely what I'll do is, what I'd like to do is ask you all, the practitioners, to do something for me, and then I'll give you a free virtual ticket. So not do something for me like clean my car. Like what I mean is like submit a testimonial or do something like that and give you a virtual ticket. I might do something like that based on the needs that we have. But right now, I don't know. What I would recommend doing is go ahead and get a ticket if you're interested, or at least get your hotel rooms if you're going to come, because that's what sells out. Like the in-person sells out. Virtual doesn't sell out. I mean, we don't have a limit. So, well, I think we do. It's like 1,500 on the server that we're using and on the software we use. But we got close, but we've never gotten all the way where I felt like it was bad. So if you want to come to MagnaCon, buy a ticket, because those will sell out this year. We will sell out of in-person tickets. Just so you know. Robin Nodal asked a question. I'm not going to address that here, just because okay, I will. So juvenile rheumatoid arthritis is there any research? I believe that there are some really good PMF studies on rheumatoid arthritis. The thing with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis is the growth plate. There is, there's some concern in growth of and rheumatoid arthritis and how you use PMF. But there is a lot of research out there that shows regular, not daily, but like regular PMF sessions are beneficial for that. So that would be like weekly or bi-weekly. Thank you. This is so sweet. Beyond excited for my third MagnaCon. Thank you, MagnaWave, for your dedication to the industry and for creating this opportunity. You're welcome. And let me tell you what, guys, MagnaCon is not a big moneymaker for MagnaWave, never has been. It is all about community. We are doing this because we love the community that comes. And we have some big players. And when I say big players in the equine world coming, I mean big players. I'm not going to announce yet because we haven't finalized a lot of the contracts with some of these people, but they are coming. And you all, I know I say it's big every year, but like this year is like what we are about to do this year in 2026 is unbelievable. I'm interested in the Mag Energy Mat and Hoof Guard bundle. Last year, I have helped get numerous horses out of glue-on shoes and have much improved hoof quality for riding. 2 crippled horses are now completely sound. Sierra, you need the hoof plate, which is the Mag Energy Mat and the Mat Guard. Get the hoof plate. You definitely need it. December 2nd, I did a live social selling with you guys, like a live 4-day special, 4-hour special in, I think it was April or June or whatever. But I don't even know, the whole year runs together. But December 2nd, that office hours day is going to be a 4-hour broadcast. I'm going to have a lot more information on that. We are not doing deeply discounted machines. We are not doing deeply discounted products. But like we did last time, but what we are doing is exclusive extras and exclusive education things that are going to be things that you could really take advantage of if you are a business. So mark your calendars for December 2nd. You don't want to miss. It's going to be like a little mini MagnaCon of information. Okay, this is interesting. Drastic temperature changes here in Vermont have brought on colic cases. Tuesday night, it took 1 hour, 45 minutes, but MagnaWave saved another horse in my boarding facility. What do you mean it took 1 hour, 45 minutes? What happened? What did you do? Tell me more. I need to know everything. That is amazing. Okay. Emily says, I bucked online booking for a long time. Finally put it into play. And now we get new and existing clients booking from Google, Facebook, and Instagram all the time. I've saved a ton of time not having to answer the phone for every single one of those. Emily, preach. You have to do it. You have to do it. How much money are you losing by somebody having to reach out to you to get booked? You do not realize how much money you're losing. It's not hard, especially if you have if it's just you doing you're working. You could set that up in an afternoon. But what's I've noticed about people? First of all, people don't like to feel uncomfortable, and doing something with technology that you've never done feels uncomfortable. Number 2, the reason you don't like to feel uncomfortable and you don't like to do things that you've never done before is because you don't like to feel stupid. And I have mastered the art of feeling stupid. Like, if you are any business owner, you have got to understand everything you start, you are going to feel stupid at because you just don't understand it. And in order to get the knowledge and become an expert in anything, you have to feel stupid first and then learn it to become on that other side. But most people, because their brain is always trying to protect them, think to themselves, well, that's uncomfortable. I don't want to feel stupid. I don't want to do that. I've never done it before, which is the mindset where good ideas go to die. where businesses go to die. If you are not a business owner, if you're a business owner and you are not consistently uncomfortable because you are changing things and making it better, then you're not growing. And feeling stupid is okay. And once you get to a certain point, you also need to hire people that are so much smarter than you that you feel stupid even talking to them. But that's even better. That means you're doing it right. Because you don't have to know everything to run a business. You have to be willing to learn everything and then be willing to hire people who know things. This is a great question. I could teach a whole class on just this. Our clients rather call us. So how do I shift them is my question. They rather the personal side. Corey, that is a lie. You are telling yourself a lie, and I know it, and now you know it. That's a lie. Nobody wants to pick up the phone. They do not. The personal side is fine, but nobody wants to have to go out of their way to take more time away. Do they maybe want to talk to you? Maybe. The personal side of it is not something they love. You're telling yourself that. This is what you do. They text you or call you for to book. You send them the link to your booking system and say, hey, check right here. Here's my schedule. You can book online. And you'll retrain them very easily. Every time they ask, you send them the link, you send them the link, you send them the link, you send them the link. Eventually, they'll stop asking and they'll bookmark the link. It's that easy. No one, even if they do like the personal side, they're not going to not like getting the session. The value that Corey has as a business is not because they like to talk to you on the phone about booking. The value Corey has is the time that is spent with the customer and the doing MagnaWave sessions and the knowledge in your brain and the way that you interact with them in those moments, not the online booking. I mean, not the booking by phone. 100%. You retrain them while you retrain yourself. Stop allowing it. People will only do what you allow them to do. That's why Facebook doesn't allow you to call if you have a problem, which I think is ridiculous. But they make you have to go through a portal. And they make you have to go through a series of things because they would probably spend all day on the phone talking to people who have simple questions that can be answered in a frequently asked questions area. And they have to do that in order to maintain and grow the business. Mark Zuckerberg's no dummy. Now, do I agree with everything like that? No. And do I think that's how it should be for everything? No. But that's a good example of training your customers. You teach them the way that you expect bookings to go, and it makes it easier for them. And I did this with Wi-Fi. We had walk-ins, people calling all the time to book. We had to retrain that staff too, and I've been through all of the hurdles. And you know the saying, the customer is always right? That is not true. That's not what that saying says. The customer is always right in the matter of taste. That's that full statement. Okay? So let me make that clear. The customer is always right in the matter of taste. And it goes on, like not in the matter of function or something. But that first part, if somebody walks in and they like the stronger machine and you don't think they need the stronger machine, but that's the one they like, that's what they get because that's their taste. But if the customer comes in and they're trying to tell you how to do your bookings and how to your business to function and how much time that you need to be with them, that's not a matter of taste. That's a matter of the business function. And that's not what they're right about. If you allow, the customer cannot always be right. Because what happens is it's actually a disservice to you and the rest of the customers. But if they like that ugly couch and you're selling couches, you don't try to convince them not to buy the ugly couch. That's their taste. They get it. But if they try to tell you that they're going to saw the couch in half to get it out of the building and da-da-da-da-da, that's not necessarily the way you want. You don't want somebody sawing in the middle of your short floor room with dust and everything everywhere. They're not right in that. That's not going to happen. And I hope that makes sense. The technology is irritating me this morning. We'll try and check the relay later. It's okay, Maureen. We all feel it. Will the booking information be one of the sessions at MagnaCon? If yes, one of the main sessions or a breakout would be great if one of the main presentations. Julie, it will only be a breakout. I'm going to tell you why, because not everybody who comes to MagnaCon is in business and at the same level. So the main sessions are going to be very research-based, informational, inspirational. This year, you will be able to get in the Whoova app and choose a trajectory, whether you want to go a business route or if you want to go animal route. Or so you're going to be able to build your own adventure for MagnaCon where you could put some business stuff in. So there will be a lot more breakouts. And those breakouts will be repeated sometimes. So if you don't make the first one, you can do the second one. So then we will have presenters who will do sessions in the main area for everyone, who will also have breakouts for those who are interested going more in depth. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really so much information. We can't put it all in the sessions for everyone. So it's got to be breakouts. The second certification that you're looking for, Brianna, is AOPP, PEMFprofessionals.com, which I used to have a QR code for, and I don't know where it went. I don't know where that went. Okay, if you have questions, right now is the time because I am about to do some giveaways. So we asked people to submit some pictures on our practitioners in the Facebook group. And we had a lot of people do that. So I'm going to announce the winner. Oh, here it is. AOPP. Join AOPP. Found it. Megan King asked a question about you could use the machines any way that you would like, Megan, any way you would like. What is the equine nasal strips? So did you see when God, what was the name of that horse that won the Kentucky Derby? Oh my gosh. It's a flare strip that opens up the nose and it's got our logo on it. Oh my gosh, what was his name, guys? This is it right here. This one has our logo. We handed these out at Churchill Downs one day. Keena Cox was a MagnaWave practitioner. She worked with and it was right before the Kentucky Derby. And I was having some trouble with getting advertising during the Kentucky Derby and whatever. I'll tell more. If you want to hear that story, ask me at MagnaCon. Mage. I almost said Gervin. Mage was a horse at the Kentucky Derby. He didn't have the best odds. We gave him one of these. He's a great horse. Keena gave him one of these. We went out and gave him. I was having problems getting marketing done with Churchill at the time. Guys, Mage won the Kentucky Derby with our logo on his face. He uses MagnaWave. He uses these. You could buy these. They're amazing. They work great. I'm going to give some away today. Can we talk about contracted tendons in young horses as MW red light? Sure, Kate. What do you want to talk about? It works. Using it. Use it. If you are a MagnaWave practitioner, guys, make sure that you're signing up for Vet Talk. Vet Talk is every single month. We have our board of veterinarians, small animal veterinarian. We have a large animal veterinarian. That you can speak in real time live with a veterinarian. This is every month. You could go into the MagnaWave practitioner portal to sign up. You don't even have to sign up. You just register. You can come every single month. You could submit your questions in the certified group in the chat, or you could submit your questions by emailing education@magnawavepmf.com. Jessica, MagnaWave is also one of the only ones that I know of that does research for PMF and how it helps. Jessica, we are definitely the only one in animals. There are companies that do research in humans, but it's very expensive. Majority of the time, if you're a company doing that, you are a large company like a pharmaceutical company. We are a family-owned and operated business that is trying to compete with the big boys. So I appreciate your support. Oh, this is interesting. Horseways PMF MagnaWave to Kansas Bureau of Investigation K9 that said they needed ACL surgery after 30 days the dog healed. Bill, I know, because that's amazing. That's what happened to my dog. That's what's amazing. Is it going to happen to every dog? No. Do you still need to fall under the do you still need to do what your vet says? Absolutely. But this is a great alternative to try to help your dog feel more comfortable before surgery, to help them heal after surgery. Or if you're on the fence about doing the surgery, and the reason you would be on the fence is because the dog is older. A lot of older dogs, you can't put them in that surgery and always expect them to come out okay. You know, you got to think about that as your animal ages. This is an alternative to those that don't feel safe because their dog is older, going under the knife. We've worked with a lot of canine dogs in police and border patrol, and I just think it's very amazing. So thank you for sharing that, Bill. I had a client question how the waves pass through the rubber mat with it being a ground. Can you explain how it works so I can be prepared if I ever get asked again? The magnetic field is created in the copper wire in the circle. So there's a circle in that mag energy mat. There's lots of circles, actually. They go from really big, smaller. So every one of those circles is where the magnetic field is created. The magnetic field penetrates all the way through to the bone marrow. So it definitely passes through rubber. It does lessen every like centimeter that you move away from that coil on that copper. It does lessen the strength of the magnetic field. That's why when you work on a hoof, you turn it all the way up. Majority of the time, is you slowly turn it all the way up, as make sure the horse is comfortable or the animal is comfortable, because you want to penetrate all the way into the hoof. But our machines are strong enough to do that. So think of it like what is a good way? Think of it like a water hose. If the water is coming out of a water hose, like the strength of what's pushing the water out matters, like the force. So if you are using like the hose in your garden, obviously it's not going to make it all the way through the window of the house because it's just falling down. But if you have a strength of a hose like a firefighter has, and you have all that force coming, it goes out further and penetrates farther. That's what you're doing when you use a big MagnaWave machine over something like Beamer. Beamer is not going through to the bone or into the tissue or the muscle at all. It's only doing microcirculation. I'm not saying that to bash them. What I'm saying is it's a different way of applying PEMF. It's a low power way. So is that going to penetrate anywhere near? No, nowhere near. It's not going to work on the hoof. They don't even expect it to. And if it's going to work on like wearing a boot or a thing, you got to do a lot of sessions over a lot of time to penetrate that deeply. That's the difference between high power MagnaWave and low power Beamer. Both work. PEMF works, but you're not going to get the same results using a garden hose that you're going to get from a hose from a firefighter. So I hope that helped a little bit. I want to picture the rock. Is this information comparing it to a laser? Is there information? Well, there's just so many lasers. I don't really have one that's like, so imagine light is a spectrum, okay? Light is a spectrum. So you have different types of light. At some point, the light changes to a laser where it penetrates differently, it's visible differently, it can actually do different things other than just like the end of the very beginning of the light spectrum, which is just like very basic light bulbs, light. Our red light machine is the very last, the strongest light that you can have before on I'm trying to make this as dumbed down as possible. The strongest way that the light can be used before you get to a laser. Also, what's different about the rock is it's one of the only, if the only red light that I can find that's actually made in the United States. And when I say made, like built, assembled, designed here, a majority of them are manufactured in China or overseas. It's very strong. I have struggled with the testing of the strength of red light and PEMF for 20 years. Let me tell you why. Because light is a spectrum and because PEMF is a spectrum, the way that you can get the actual reading of what the strength is varies. So you can actually take a sample of the light board. Where's my rock at? Did somebody? Hey, Heather, can you give me a rock real quick? Okay, where on the actual red light panel, you could take a sample, do a test of one area, one little light, and you could say, okay, there's this many of these lights. So conceivably, this is the amount of light being put out because I'm going to take this reading and go across this whole board and give you a number. Does that work? Yeah, and a lot of companies are giving you a number and giving you readings and information based on that type of mathematical formula. Other people are, you can actually send the red light. There's big machines that test the red light. It's like a circle, and you put it in there, and it actually looks at the amount of light coming out, not mathematically, but like how much light is being delivered. They do sensors all inside coming from the actual device. We've done that. And I have done every competitor that I know. We've been testing and looking at, and they all have different numbers. What they're putting on their website is different than what I'm getting when testing their equipment. Nobody wants to share how they're getting it. So unless we standardize a red light testing facility and we send all of the red lights there, which is very expensive to do, it's like $30,000 to $40,000 to do one test. How do we know? How do I put my information out there in a way that is truthful and makes sense to the customer? Because a lot of times, and this is what happened in the BMF industry, those numbers that they're saying are very high and strong are not necessarily what we're finding when we're testing those devices. So what I would recommend that you do is try the rock with the MagnaWave, see how it works. A good rule of thumb when testing red light is to put your hand on it, and if you could see the red light coming through your tip of your fingers, then it's a good one, which is kind of hard to find. Obviously, the rock does that. Sorry, I'm making you run everywhere today. So this is the rock. This was designed, built, and manufactured here in Louisville, Kentucky. This was created because we realized that there wasn't anything that we wanted. What I wanted and what my team wanted and what we dreamed of having in a red light was not out there. It's completely cordless, made in the United States. So if you look, you see these light panels here. So that's what I'm talking about when you do the testing. So you can test with what's actually coming out, test by each little square and do the mathematical formula, or you can look at what the basic numbers. A lot of companies just look at, okay, I ordered the panel from China. This is what the panel says it's putting out. If I'm giving this much electrical power to it, then this should be about what the light is producing. And they don't do any testing to see if that's true. And there is no one regulating that. So if you look at the red light, you can see it comes through my hand, my fingers. It's really hard for you all to see that, but my fingers are red. That's a really great way to show the penetration of the red light and how strong it is. So this gets very warm. It's 30 and 60 seconds for a reason. If you have a full body red light panel, you could sit there for 30 minutes. That is not what this is. Okay, this is directly on the animal, 30 to 60 seconds, very deep absorption, easy to use, can be used in the middle of a coil while you're MagnaWaving. So you could be at a show, you could do it a whole horse and use this with them, and you'd be done in and out in 30 minutes and charge the same. That's one of the reasons I don't like charging for by the minute, which we're going to talk a lot about at MagnaCon as well, how to set your, how to price and do that. I've learned so much on that over the last 2 years. So I really do think that your toolbox is what you're pricing for, not the minutes that they're being used. So it comes with the extra battery. I love that thing. I love that thing. I take it everywhere I go in the whole entire world. I never leave home without it. Okay. Okay, here we go. My friend has a horse, just got a horse, may have neurological issue, doing blood work for EPM. Can she start MagnaWaving before results? Christy, I would not. I would work under the care of a veterinarian. I would find out, because with EPM, it can make it present in a different area and make the horse, look worse or different. And you don't want to do any of that until you know what's going on. So you want to work with the veterinarian. Jacqueline, I don't know what an air baby is. Okay. Had to send my Rockin' or warranty work. I was really happy with the quick turnaround. Thank you. Julie, we have very little warranty work on those. They last so well. They're very well made, but we do our best to, if something does go wrong, we fix it. Michelle, would you consider making the mat guard open on the short side? What? Um, oh my God. Okay, Michelle, I'm going to try to draw that. The problem is getting it in and out. I'll try. I'll mess with it. Let's see. Let's see. I definitely need to get a MagnaCon ticket. Yes, here. Let me just make sure I got, because I'm about to do prizes. So if you have a question, ask now or forever hold your peace. Oh, okay, got it. MagnaCon 2026. VIP interest. It will be a choose your own adventure. Now, the Wi-Fi logo is there. That does not mean that it's only going to be about Wi-Fi. First of all, you will get an extra day on Saturday. So you will need to stay Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I would recommend flying in Tuesday, the 9th, staying the 10th, 11th, 12th. The 13th is that Saturday, I believe. That will be the day that if you do this VIP event, by signing up for this, all you're doing right now is saying that you might want to get a ticket for the VIP interest. We will be sending more information at the end of the year, the beginning of 2026, on how to sign up. And when I say there's limited spots, you all, I'm talking like handfuls of opportunity. Like this is not going to be hundreds of people. This is only going to be a very small group. And there will be 2 choose your own adventure pathways. A lot more to come. But if you're serious about growing your business, you're serious about things, and you really want to immerse yourself, go behind the scenes of MagnaWave, learn more in depth other than just what we're able to share in the few days of MagnaCon, you'll be the first to get the information and sign up for the VIP. And I'm going to give you some value. I believe that MagnaCon is something we have always worked hard to bring value to our practitioners and to new people and anyone who attends. And we've done a great job. We are going to do nothing less than that this year, and even more with this. Jessica said, I know recently a lot of people had questions about white line and abscesses in horses, how it can help soul depth, etc. I just reposted 2 of my personal testimonials in the practitioner portal. Jessica, can I share those? I'll give you credit I'll like put it in a blog post, and I'll link to your social media and everything. Would you mind that? Let me know, because I'd like to put those up. For hoof work, I need the Mag Energy mat with the mat guard. No. I mean, that's not probably the best business answer. No, you can do it with a butterfly loop. You can pick the horse's hoof up and put the coil right there. You can also just put the large loop on the ground and have them stand in the middle of the large loop. It's not as fast. It's not as strong. You could get the Zoom paddle in the Zoom box. The cool thing about all of our hoof attachments are you can use that Zoom paddle and that Mag Energy mat other places. You're not just buying it for the hoof, right? Like your dog can get on the mat, use it for other things. The Zoom paddle can be used on the body. It can be used anywhere. You just are getting the guard to make sure that it's not damaged when the hoof stands on it. So you do not have to buy anything to just do hooves. But if you're going to be doing hooves a lot and you are working with them constantly, yeah, I'd invest in something that makes it quicker, easier, and less bending over for you. If we are unable to see everything we want in person at MagnaCon, will we be able to watch the replay? Yes. There's a mobile app that you will get access to a few weeks before. You'll get into that mobile app. You'll choose which breakouts you want to do. You'll set your schedule for all 3 days. Then you will be able to talk to other practitioners and everyone in attendance. You'll also get all your notifications through there. And then after the event, that you'll be able to use replay from there, and then we'll put it in the portal. So everything will be in the portal. If you came to MagnaCon, you'll have access to it. If you didn't buy a ticket to MagnaCon, you'll have to pay, and you will be able to watch the videos, but you won't be able to win anything. And we give away $150,000 worth of stuff to the virtual audience and probably $200,000 worth of stuff to the in-person audience. So why you would wait and spend almost the same amount of money to not win prizes and watch all the information after everyone else has is not, the math isn't mathing there. Buy a virtual ticket, come, don't come, watch it, don't watch it. You're going to have to watch it to stay certified. You're going to get so much out of it. Watch it on your own time, but don't lose your opportunity to win something. Speaking of win something, we've got to do this. How far back can we still get the replays of that talk? I think they're all up. I'm pretty sure they're all in the portal. Jessica, okay, Jessica, if you have a vet school, you need to email education@magnawavepmf.com and tell them that you need to speak with me, and you and I will schedule a call. I was waving a little dog's knee, and now she doesn't need surgery. It was amazing. That's awesome. Okay, we have so many questions. How long do you guys use the rock over one area, and how often do you do sessions? So it's 1 minute or 30 seconds an area. So I usually, let's just imagine this is a dog or a horse. You would go like 1 minute, beep, 1 minute. Okay. So you would do that. And you would do it just around the area where the issue is. So a hip, maybe the other side, if it's another hip to help with the compensation. And you would do that every time you MagnaWaved, before or after, or dream, if you have the rock. I struggle to explain why I add rock to my sessions. Advice on wording. Yes. So let me take this away. Why do you add red light? Why do you add rock to your sessions? You are already sending electromagnetic field that helps pull out inflammation out of the body for that animal. There is also ways of helping cellular function, mitochondrial function, and blood flow with red light. So you are coming at any issue. Instead of just doing the magnetic field to help with the inflammation, you're also using the power of light. And when you come at it with both ways, you are able to get faster results and longer lasting. Okay. So, like you could just lift weights, but just lifting weights is going to get you strong, but it's not going to get you necessarily fit like running does. So you have to do both of those things to get the body where it's at optimal functionality. It's like anything else. You can just drink water and that's going to make you feel better, but eating is really good too. So if you think of humans, and a lot of people don't, we're a lot like plants. We are oriented to the magnetic field of the earth. We need water, we need light, we need food to function. So what we found is that there are certain frequencies of light and certain frequencies of magnetic fields that can actually improve the functionality of the body. And doing both of them is going to make your sessions feel better or last longer and happen quicker. The thing about red light is you don't have to use it every time. And it's up to you as the practitioner. You need to establish the fact that, look, you're paying for my session here. My sessions could be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. And it's going to be based on what that animal needs in that moment. And so sometimes I'm going to do red light. Sometimes I'm going to do PMF. Sometimes I might add massage or taping or whatever. But I'm going to do what's best for your animal at that moment. And you need to trust me to do that because I'm the expert and I'm the expert with this toolbox. And don't let them pick it like it's McDonald's. They pick what they want. No, because you're the expert. They want to be told what the animal needs to get the best information. And the veterinarian doesn't want to be an expert in all of these therapies. The veterinarian wants to be an expert in being a veterinarian and a doctor. And they want to refer to somebody who can help work with them to provide those tools in the way that they need to be provided based on what that vet knows. Be a partner with the owner, the trainer, and the vet. Be supporting. Help them look good. Help the owner and the trainers understand their animal and what's happening. But I would assume that you charge as though you're using everything in your toolbox every time. I hope that helped. Is the rock actually useful? I only do 1 to 2 times a month. Yes, Rachel. But I like to do it a little bit more than that. I had a client complain about sinus infection during a session. We used the rock and he felt relief right away. Yeah, PMF can help do that as well. So Bill says he slowly brushes the animal with the rock. At the same time, they're MagnaWaving. Go with it. Bill, you nailed it. That's the way to do it. The rock is the best. I don't care what anybody says. I will die on my hill that we have created the greatest handheld red light ever. Don't care. Tried them all. Wanted something to be better. Couldn't find it. Made it. It's amazing. And it is a higher price point because it's got a longer warranty and it's made in the United States and it's here and we stand behind our products and you get what you pay for and you're getting something amazing. Lori, will MagnaWave ever get into cryotherapy? Have you been listening to my phone calls, Lori? Not right now, but I'm working on finding I have done a ton of research. I use handheld cryotherapy on horses and humans here in Louisville, and I've tried a lot of them. But I will have some very valuable information soon for those who would like to get started in that industry because I've tested everything for you. What is in the HydroWave concentrate? HydroWave is the colloidal silver bonded to the water molecule. So it is 1 parts per million. It is what's interesting about HydroWave is not what it is, but how it's created. So bonding the water molecule to the silver molecule so it actually passes through the blood-brain barrier. How often does the rock need service? Never. No required maintenance. Does it? Maybe you drop it, maybe it breaks, maybe an electrical signal, fries something, you have to send it back. That may happen, but there's no required maintenance. Will there ever be a dummy plug for the Julian Duo? Well, Michelle, okay. I don't know how old your Julian Duo is, but Julian Duos, you do not have to have the other one plugged in if you're a newer machine. We say that we recommend having an attachment plugged into both sides with the older units because people used to accidentally turn on the wrong one. But with the machines that have been made for the last few years, you don't actually have to do that, but we keep people doing it because we don't want them to get their hands on an older machine and get confused and make a loud noise happen. So if you would like to check with support on the year your machine was created, you don't have to actually have something. If you have independent on and off controls on your Julian and start and stop controls, you don't necessarily have to do that anymore. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. So if you want to email support, we can see if yours is like that. All right, I've got to go. Okay. Saw some of the office hours vet talk on Spotify when I was looking for podcasts. So I have a podcast coming out. It's called The Energy Exchange. I've been working really hard with the team in here. We are going to be putting that out towards the end of the year. And we've outlined guests for the next year. And it's going to be incredible. And the people that I've talked to are awesome. And it's going to be a lot more of Alane, not so much just MagnaWave, but a lot of the things that I'm interested in, like cryotherapy, hyperbaric chambers, parenting, business growth. So a lot of that stuff, interviewing groundbreaking people and the things that I like. So I hope you join me on that when I launch it. Okay. My Simi tin is getting warm while in use. By the touchpad buttons? Leslie, I don't know. I've never heard of that ever. Like, never. So, Leslie, I would email support about that. If your other one is the same year and not doing it, that to me sounds like something may have shifted inside. That doesn't. So, Leslie, will you email our support at MagnaWaveBMF.com? Let's get you figured out there. Okay, let's do a winner. First of all, our winner from our Facebook photo contest is going to get these flare strips, HydroWave concentrate, polo shirt, where is it? Some sort of, it's a towel for wiping your machine and your attachment stuff. This is a microfiber towel. It's amazing. My favorite hat. Stickers. What's this? Oh, more stickers. These are cool. Look at all these. Oh my God. Oh, all of the stickers. Oh, look at reward session cards. So you can a whole bunch of these for people or sign it with a marker and then give them something, a free session. These are great. We have these in the portal. You can print them out yourself if you want. Okay. Let's see. Oh, a pop socket chapstick. Okay, cool. So our winner is, and this really cool bucket. It's a perfect size, not too big, not too small. The winner is Tanya White. Yay, Tanya. Thank you for everyone that submitted. We'll be doing something new like that in December. Congratulations, Tanya. Now, Heather, I need 3 more names of people. Wait. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 2 more people. I need 2 more people who are here today, Heather. Will you slack it to me? So we need 2 more people who are going to win based on your interaction with me today. Then I'm going to pull one from the list of people who registered for this. And one of those people, hold on. We got Janet Hook. Congratulations, Janet. You're the winner of also a bucket of stuff. Janet, we're going to send this to you. Thank you for registering for MagnaCon. I'm going to give 2 more away. And then, I'm so excited right now. Okay, so I'm also going to give away something that we don't make anymore, but is really cool. So I'm going to give this away to one of you all right now. Yep. Here it is. A MagnaWave Soul machine. This is a spark chamber device in a very small case. Let's look inside. Here it is. It's knob operated. We used to love the knob. So this machine, we do not make this anymore. And I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do. I have decided to take all of the machines. I've talked to my team. All of the machines that are like this that we don't make anymore. And I am going to donate for 25 of them. So we're going to do 25 days of giving. We're going to give 25 machines away to nonprofits that are in need. So look out for your email because I'm going to send out forms where you can nominate the nonprofit that you want to win to get a MagnaWave. And we're going to donate all of those machines so that those facilities can have machines and use them and help their animals or their people. So we're going to give away this OG machine. And then the reason I'm doing this, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware, and I want my practitioners, we are going to give away 25 machines you have to be a 501c3 nonprofit. And it's going to come from you all. You all are going to nominate the nonprofits that you love. And then we are going to pick the winners in December for Christmas. Yay. Okay, so I am going to pick let's see. Let me get my Slack up to see if we've had 2 winners of the buckets first. Heather, can you pick 2 winners for the buckets? Oh, it won't. It's not. My Slack isn't loading. Hold on. Maybe it's just this computer. Look in my Slack. Got it. Okay. Hey, is this people here today? Do you know?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We have, first of all, I'm going to do the 2 people. Maybe I'll just have them do a letter or something. I feel like I'm going to crash am I going to crash the computer again if I have you guys do a letter to win or like pick a number to win a soul machine? Because last time we broke the internet and I don't want to break the internet. Yeah, so instead of selling the 25 machines that we have that we've been using for loaners and stuff, Instead of selling those as demos, we're going to donate those. We're going to have a big announcement about it in December, but I will want to hear from you. I want you to nominate and tell me why you love this 501c3. They have to be in good standing with the state, and then we're going to donate them to, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Maine, but there's this, I love Maine. It's like my second home. But I think his name's Chris Grizzly. You could look it up. He was a police officer in a small town there. He did this 25 days of giving thing. Really inspired me. Very awesome thing to do for his community. And so I was talking to my husband, and that's what we kind of came up with the idea of doing the 25 days of giving with MagnaWave. And we really wanted to not just give money and stuff, but how can we spread the MagnaWave love and help other nonprofits who maybe can't afford to get a machine. So that's our plan. I think you would break the internet. Lori, don't wait. We're going to send out an email, post it on social media and everything about how to nominate people. I just want you to start looking right now. Just think, don't nominate. Just think. You will get a notification as soon as we launch the program. So we're building it all out right now. We're getting everything together. And then we will have a process for you to nominate people. Okay. All right. So I'm really scared that I'm going to mess this up. All right. Let's just pick a winner. Let's just do this. Like, get over with, Alane. So let's see. Now this isn't a brand new machine, guys. So it's a Soul. We don't make these anymore, but it's in good standing and it works great. Great. Perfect. All right, here we go. First of all, I'm going to do these two buckets right here. So what we're going to do for the Soul machine is I'm looking for people who registered for MagnaWave for the office hours today and are in attendance, and I'm going to pick a winner. So Heather's working on that right now. Here's these two. And I am going to give these two to Leah Krenitsky and Michelle Nicastro. So Leah and Michelle, you are winning HydroWave, attachment covers, my favorite hat, stickers, towels, all the fun goodies. We'll throw some more stuff in here. You're going to love this. And now, here we go. Okay. First of all, I want to put something up for you guys to know how to register for for office hours. And I want to go over really quickly a few touch points before I give this away. It's almost there. But if you are interested in the VIP program, we are going to launch it in the next few months for MagnaCon. It is going to have a trajectory for animals, a trajectory for people. You have to stay the whole day Saturday after MagnaCon. This is a skin in the game. I'm ready to blow my business up type of VIP. If you're interested, scan this QR code. More information to come, but you are going to be the first to get the information on how to sign up. Get your MagnaCon tickets. I'll probably do a drawing for everybody who has a MagnaCon ticket already bought next office hours. Make sure you tune in to all the office hours. Going back to the second Tuesday, I believe it's the first Tuesday of the month. We're going to go back to that for MagnaCon, noon Eastern Standard Time. Let's put that up for one more second. Amazing and so generous. Can't wait to nominate my favorite nonprofit. Yes, yes, yes. All right, here we go. So we are picking a winner for the Soul machine. I'm so nervous. Okay, here it comes. Okay, Jessica Marie Woolsey. You win. Yay! Congratulations, Jessica. I know you all are out there watching, but it's so exciting here, and it's really quiet. It's weird because I'm so excited. I'm like shaking. Congratulations, Jessica. You have just won a Soul machine. I don't usually give away a machine every day, every office hours, but I really want you guys to register yourselves so that it makes it easier for me to do giveaways. So registering for these office hours, first of all, allows me to send you the recording afterwards and allows me to remind you that it's coming. But also, it also allows you to be entered to win things because we can't keep crashing the internet. Guys, we can't. It's fun. but we can't. So if you enjoyed today's broadcast, I would also, if you're a practitioner, get some news and views. This is an amazing magazine all about PMF. Great resource. You guys who won the buckets are getting some of these. You can find everything in the portal. Everything you need is in the portal. Also, education at MagnaWavePMF.com if you have an idea for MagnaCon. Education at MagnaWavePMF.com if you have an idea for anything, like an attachment or anything. I would love to talk to you. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. Thank you for dealing with me while I'm losing my voice. Yay! Congratulations, Jessica. Congratulations, Tanya, for submitting. And guys, I do giveaways all the time. If you're a certified practitioner and you're not in the certified Facebook group, what are you doing? If you're a certified practitioner and you're not getting our newsletters, email education, because you might have gone to junk. Like, you need to be in the know. The next 3 months, I am going to be talking about launching things and doing new programs that are going to be incredible. And you want to be involved. And then after that, 2026 is going to be the best year ever. So I appreciate you all. We do the news and views, Jessica, around MagnaCon time. Somebody asked if there will be a new one. Jessica, yes, send an email. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Jessica, I love you. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my gosh, that would have been so bad. Hold on. Here are winners. Email mwprizes@magnawavepmf.com, your name, address, and what you won, so that we can confirm that your address is correct. If you win and you don't do this, we will try to reach out. But if we don't get a hold of you, then you don't win because you don't get it. So we don't ship things unless we have confirmation that that's where it needs to go and that you will be there to sign for it. Especially Jessica, who just won a Soul Machine, which is an amazing device, and we're very proud. So make sure that you guys tune in. You're the best fast talker. Thank you, Lori. I try. And people always say that. They're like, you go too fast. And I'm like, I don't know any other setting. This is normal. This is my normal speed. I don't drink coffee. I'm not hopped up on goofballs. I just don't know how to go slower than this. So thanks for bearing with me. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you next time. Sign up for Vet Talk. Sign up for MagnaCon. I can't wait to see you there. Have a magical weekend. Enjoy the fall. I don't know if you guys like the fall like I do, but it's great. I like you. I appreciate everyone. And